So often when we talk about people who need housing, your mind might go to sort of the stereotypical homeless person living on the streets. But the reality is that people who need housing are as diverse as those who are housed. So here to help express that today are some of your community members talking about their own affordable housing challenges.
Affordable housing has caused a lot of issues for the Sedona Fire District in our attempts at recruitment and retention. We currently have 2 employees that are on month-to-month leases and are housing insecure at this time. Additionally, we've had folks from out of state or out of town hired and then turned down the job because they could not find housing in this community.
I'm currently serving 37 homeless students and their families in the school district. Families who work here, who get their kids to school every day, and who deserve to live here in a housing that they can afford.
Hi, we have a thriving restaurant here in West Sedona, and if we had enough employees, I absolutely could be open 6 days a week instead of 5 days a week, and be giving them the opportunity to support themselves, better learning, and just have, all in all, support the community of Sedona better.
Last year, we served 57 families that were homeless. These are people that are servers. They're at your restaurants. They're at your grocery stores. They're your teachers. And why are they homeless? Because they can't afford to live here. These are your friends and these are your family. They deserve a home here.
The rising cost of housing is causing seniors to have to make difficult choices between food and medicine. Meals on Wheels can provide the food part of the equation, but that is not the ultimate solution. We need safe, affordable housing in Sedona to allow seniors to live here in dignity and safety.
In 2016, I moved here as a retiree, and quickly I heard stories from the locals that Sedona used to be full of families, the schools were full, the parks were full of kids, and I understood the stories, but it's like times change. So I discounted it. And then I heard the survey that was done in 2020 that a lot of people can't afford to live here. And so a lot of people are commuting from Cottonwood to come do their job in Sedona. And I was like, well, I had to commute for my job. It's a beautiful drive from Cottonwood. What's the problem? I kind of discounted it. But now we have short-term rentals, and they have just destroyed Sedona. All the people who couldn't afford to live here, well, they are gone. They have left the state. Friends of mine have left the state. Many of them moved to Cottonwood. And so we say, okay, they can commute, but they're not going to. Cottonwood is growing. Cottonwood is building an industry. They're going to get those jobs right there. And I see it. It's not just the tourism is being affected. Restaurants are closed more days than they used to be. The CVS pharmacy is only open certain days or certain hours. We're seeing it, the grocery store. It's affecting us as residents, and we need to recognize it and step up and look for solutions to bringing affordable housing into Sedona. And I've changed my mind. I am committed to that, and I want everyone else to join us to find that solution.
My wife Karen and I retired here in Sedona 25 years ago. You may have noticed I'm no longer a spring chicken, and if lucky, my wife and I will live and age in Sedona another 10 years at least. 10 years ago, we also were involved in the community plan, but not much concerned about the housing issue. Today, like some of us here, we are also faced with a significant downsizing issue. There are any number of reasons. Economic, because of fixed income and inflation. Health-wise, we can no longer care for a large home. Social, because we don't care to engage in large-scale activities anymore. Regardless of the reason, many of us do not want to leave our friends and relationships in Sedona. We need to raise our voices a little and participate in helping restructure the housing stock so that there's something there when we need it. Thanks for helping us all deal with the aging inevitability. Thank you.
To me, where the lack of diversity of housing in Sedona has the most significant impact is with regard to young families here. We've seen A number of our own personal friends have to move out because they were displaced because of housing decisions made by their owners or landlords, etc. So it's been really hard to see my daughter, who has grown up here, lose friends and classmates, and me to lose the parent friends that we've lost. So that's been really difficult. And to see the enrollment in our schools go down because young families just can't afford to stay here. On the flip side, we also know a number of families who are able to stay in Sedona because they're able to rent part of their home or part of their property, either short-term or long-term, to supplement their income. So it's both sides of the coin. But in any event, having diversity of housing really, I think, will help younger people and young families to be able to survive and thrive in Sedona. And I think that helps all of us.